The views and opinions of the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Yawning this morning, and welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, your station for fresh news, smart talk all day. It is Friday, the 20th of May, 2022, and you are on the clock with Erin Greene. On the clock, we engage organizations, institutions, social and cultural leaders, and ordinary people to better understand the impact of public policy, private sector development, and emerging social and consumer trends. On the clock, we have conversations that help us understand and navigate a rapidly changing Bahamas. If it's a Friday, that means it's a Sports Friday with Eric Sawyer III. Good morning, Mr. Sawyer.
Good morning. How are you, Aaron?
If petty was a word,
it would be Celtic fans because they believe their team going to the championship.
Look here. But I mean, that was an impressive score. That's an impressive score.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me introduce my guest co-host for this week, Biodiversity Week, Dr. Anselino Davis. Good morning, Dr. Davis.
Good morning. Good morning, Bahamas. Good morning, everyone around the world. I'm wearing my Mexico shirt today. Shout out to my family in Mexico. Alma is holding it down over there, taking care of the boys.
All right, that's a soccer league or Mexican parking league?
This is definitely soccer. They don't play parking in Mexico. I tried to get them into it, but they're like, no, they don't do those type of violent things.
They're like, we've been through 1,000 years of war. What we gonna do?
Yeah, they don't need that.
Bringing up bad feelings. Anyway, I have on my parking shirt today, but I have on my Vince Carter shirt today. Vince Carter was known in the league for parking off your head. Yeah. If you let Vince Carter take flight around you, you shall be on a poster. And that was the era of the NBA that I think that was my favorite. And so to see the Celtics vying for the NBA championships, I a little perturbed because I grew up in a Lakers versus Celtics neighborhood, and I was a Laker. But we're going to get to that. I get a lot of housekeeping, and I get some local sports, and then of course we got to ask the question one more time: are you certain Tom Brady is not a Bahamian? Because they get the Bahamian on the court and he stay.
Once he's a Saxon, then he could be Bahamian, because
there you go.
I mean, the age-old rule: Saxons or Yama.
Yeah, maybe.
Or preferably Saxons and Yama.
Which is what my mother told me. So you better pull for the Saxons and Yama because that's all that counts.
Right.
Okay, so before we get into the show, we had a really nice show, I think, all throughout the week. I want to thank Dr. Davis for joining me to bring the biodiversity into the show.
And we had so many excellent discussions. We had a lot of women on the show.
Yeah.
So just talking about that diversity is really good. We have, again, the Paul Hanna benefit concert is not tomorrow, but next week, Saturday.
Right.
And tomorrow their kids are playing at the Dundas.
Yeah, right, the Dundas.
And then on the 28th, before you go to the Paul Hanna benefit concert, there's My Period, My Pride,
right.
Where I'll be speaking about the role of boys and men to support women. We talked about World Day of the Boy Child this week.
Absolutely.
We talk about the day against homophobia
and transphobia. Yep. And there's a Women in Maritime Day. There was look here. There's another day that I just saw and I forgot to put it on the list. A number of things. And then remember that May is Mental Health Awareness Month, right? And I'm hoping that PAHO passes through and we talk a little bit about their mental health protocol. And it's a big, important part of our sports conversation as well, because we often discount that side of the game, the head game, the psychological game, the mental and emotional discipline required to compete at this level at any sport.
And bringing everything together, this coming Sunday is the International Day for Biodiversity, and you can visit the Bahamas National Trust parks on Eleuthera. We have the Leon Levy Native Plant Preserve. Find out where your bush medicine comes from and how to make it. You can go into the Exuma Keys Land and Sea Park. We're having a big sailing event tomorrow, so come into the park and join us. On Grand Bahama Lucayan National Park will be open, and on New Providence, Bonefish Pond National Park off Cowpen Road is going to be open, and I will be there. I'm Dr. Ancelino Davis, Senior Scientist and Policy Analyst at the Bahamas National Trust. But on that day, I'll be a fish watcher and bird watcher. The primeval forest will be open on weekends starting next week, but we're doing some repairs after all this rain and flooding that we've had, and we've been talking about that throughout the week as well.
I'm sure the mosquitoes are on you all to repair the environment. Keep it right for them, because they're part of it. Listen, I've had a long...
They ain't bad inside primeval forest because we have an intact ecosystem. Right, we haven't sprayed and killed the dragonflies and stuff inside that park.
You sound like you getting a retainer for the mosquitoes, man. You sound like you defending them almost. It's a love-hate relationship.
It is definitely
I have with
a
mosquitoes.
love-hate relationship.
The reason why they
Every time I see them, I clap. I clap for them. All right.
Clap for what you don't know. Mr. Sawyer, listen, you missed last week and this week. We had the original founders of the spot, the foundation. We had Anku and Koji telling the story of the beginning of the sport. Yesterday we had Kyra and Leah. Selena couldn't make it.
Kyra in town?
No, she's in the Zoom room.
Oh.
Yeah, our world is becoming smaller. And
Yeah.
smaller.
Right, in the Zoom room.
Yeah.
And you see this mosquito thing. The only reason the mosquitoes get a bye from me, look at, we even had a skit. Mr. Sawyer, you remember when the Cuban mosquito and the Bahamian mosquito was trying to come through customs?
I remember that.
Yes.
remember that
So
real skit about
we
it, yeah.
believe in full biodiversity, full representation. But the only reason I am not going to wage a war against the mosquito is because you can't replace people children. I can't look up into mosquito mommy and daddy face and tell them what happened to their babies. I just can't do it. It's not within me. I may be petty, but I ain't that petty.
Well, true, and they just leave their eggs inside one bucket inside your yard, you know. So if you don't want mosquitoes,
Listen, you don't have the right to judge how a woman decide to mother her children, you know, or a daddy. We don't have the right to judge that. But the reason why I can give the mosquitoes a bye is because I believe they too could be accidental pollinators. I believe that they too could step in the gap for the bee, the honey bee, the pollinating bee. Right, because we had the Bee College on, and the Bee College came on to tell us about 3 days, 3 islands, 3 workshops. Right, and they're doing a beginners and advanced beekeeping workshop, and then they were doing
products of the hive.
Right, which they're going to teach you how you can add value to the things that you take out of the hive, and that's where the real money is, where you add value. Anyways, we had a full week, and now we get to talk about local and world sports. So the first sporting story is this. If you are a dodgeball fanatic, no, what you call that? Bumper car. If you are a bumper car fanatic, there is currently a bumper car track on Shirley Street between Village Road and Ebenezer Church. BPL is currently doing work in the road.
It dug right up,
And so there's holes in the road, that's water and sewage. There's a BPL, like a bucket truck by Ebenezer that has been slowing down traffic. I almost didn't make it to the station this morning. Couldn't get any breakfast. So I have to eat people's feelings for my breakfast this morning, Mr. Sawyer. We're going to talk NBA and get a little petty. In other local sporting news, Bahama Voice is having a health fair this morning. And I just wanted to bring it to your attention, Mr. Sawyer. I know you in insurance, but I bet your company health fair ain't never had a porking booth before.
A porking booth?
They got a porking booth at the Bahamas Voice Health Fair today.
Do they have insurance to cover this sad booth?
I bet, look here, I hope I didn't let the cat out of the bag. I hope I didn't mess that up for y'all Bahamas Voice, right? But they got a dunk tank, right? They got a dunk tank, a porking booth. You got to throw the ball and hit the target.
So shout out to all the members of the Bahamas Parking League on Facebook. If you are available, go and check it out. Test your skills. Dunk someone today. I'll probably go be loosening up my arm. I know I came second in the World Parking Championship to Shadfer. So shout out to Mr. Shadfer
Yeah, that's my boy right there.
Yeah, another member of the
He's
sport.
the world parking champion.
Hold on, but he's
Yeah,
also another member of the sport.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and you know why? You know
sport
how
thing run deep, you know.
You know how we get into parking? He had to duck all them jokes. We felt him at his head, but that's one, not just funny man, creative and talented. I mean, he got a musical portfolio that's just out of this world.
No, but he's in everything.
Yeah, acting.
Parking, acting. You got to say parking first, though. That's from childhood.
Yeah.
Parking, acting, singing, music, writing. He does yoga. Like, he does all kinds. Everywhere you see.
Absolutely.
If you open your eyes, you can see shot. Oh, that's him?
Yeah,
No.
there you go. And why it's so important for us to get the sport back. Anyway, Mr. Sawyer, we have to do a 20th anniversary celebration for the 50th anniversary of the country. We're gonna dedicate it to the former Prime Minister Perry Christie, because we could be a whole year late. We might as well dedicate it to him. We'll be a whole year late, but we can make it. I think we should do that. So
She trying her best to be better, you know.
Let's
Trying
get
her utmost
into this local sports. BLTA, that's the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association,
yeah.
play tennis program is igniting interest in hundreds of people. Now, this first session, they have taken in so far about, I think, a total of 100 youngsters. But they say when they get 400 entries, they get like 300 unique hits. So when they bring like 400 young people into this program, this play tennis program, to introduce them to tennis, about 300 of those young people end up going to a tennis club, a tennis camp, or participating long-term in a tennis program. And so there's traditionally a $1 minimal fee to participate.
That's excellent retention. I mean, right now, I think I saw something saying that our graduation rate from high school is like 50%. So if you could bring students into a program and get 75% of them to engage long term, that's amazing.
Excellent. And so if you want to participate, if you want your children to play, you want to go out and support or just donate, you can email PR. That's like press release, like PR, press representative.
Public relations.
Public relations, yeah.
Okay, I like the idea of a public relationship. I like that. Find a man to be public with. PR@blta.net. That's who you email, especially if you want to support it, right? This program is really run by volunteers, and it's a great program. Now, last week we had the great flooding of the western end. We almost lost the western end
Trust
of the
me,
island.
I wanted to go there so bad. You're talking about rowing now, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to go there so bad, but like I didn't have a life jacket,
Yeah.
you know, handy to get out of my front door.
I have some extra life jackets. So give
Yeah?
me a shout. I'll float my car around.
Thank you.
On the corner.
Thank you. You have a car? You have a car boat?
No, but my car light.
Talk right into the mic.
You know, I'm
Okay.
trying to be.
You could swing it around.
Conservation.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
I'm trying to do some conservation, so I have a
Okay.
little compact car, and
Yeah.
I tried to get to Sandy Port the other day, and you know
Wow.
I was doing good for a little while.
Yeah.
Then I feel a little bit of bobbing,
Yeah.
man, and them big trucks driving past you.
No joke.
Because the wrecker was waiting for other people to get trapped. And so then he said
Right, he just
he was
sitting there
waiting too
waiting.
long, so
Yeah.
he just drive past, act like
To
he was
make
hailing
sure.
me, and just like kind of like
Yeah,
float
make
my
sure.
car over to the side.
Make sure you stall out your car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say, hey, bro, you need a tow?
He don't know I got a boat captain's license though, so I just ride that wave. I just talk and drift. I was good.
Don't, Aaron.
No, everything is cool. No, everything is cool.
I can feel you going to say, because he said ride the wave. That's why I said don't, Aaron.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
don't watch nothing. Not all political satire is partisan. I think it's time, though, that we include in your driving test a test so you know how to drive through water. Not just to protect yourself, right, like safety and the other driver, but to protect your car. So I realize a lot of people do not know how to drive their car through water properly.
So the first rule is
Turn on
don't go into the puddle in the first place.
Right.
If you the first
Yeah.
one.
Right.
So see, if you're driving behind someone else of a
Right.
similar make and model, you could see where their car drop in the pothole.
Right, but
So-
also you let them create the wake.
Right.
So you don't ride the wave, you ride the wake. Right? For
Well, you couldn't
goodness
wait.
sake.
Well, you couldn't wait.
Look here,
So
for
just-
goodness sake. And you don't slow down. Once you pick up speed, you have to maintain that speed, whatever speed you're going on, that you have to maintain that speed. As soon as you stop.
No brakes.
Yeah.
Just gas.
Because then the water gonna just end up,
In your muffler.
just sort of billowing under your car.
Yeah.
This is important. So, dear people in the front, don't go in the water if you scary. I used to say this to the NBA, right? Like we could almost segue straight to that. Don't go on that court if you scary. Don't go on that court if you want to seize up.
Talking
right?
about DeAndre Ayton like that.
Well, I'm wondering now what's happening. I'm not clear about what happens. I found this article, right?
We need to rename him,
What are we gonna call him?
the Big Bahamian. Like, we need a name for him. And we could put it on a shirt or something, and,
Yeah.
And he could understand that you are one of, if not the biggest human being on the court.
Yeah.
Why aren't you playing to your size?
I can tell you why. Because, okay, I know we talk in sports, right? But there's always culture. There's always culture in sports.
Yeah, I mean, like I throughout COVID and stuff, I still was watching the young men on the Adelaide courts playing and stuff, barefoot. They was spanking people's head off, and you could see they was training.
Yeah.
They was training for this, but unfortunately, I think they have rules against spanking people's head off
Yeah,
in
man.
the official NBA.
Yeah, but when you hit the playoff season, once you hit playoff time, the rules relax a little bit, and you allow a little rougher play.
Not the rules, the enforcement of the rules.
Right. The enforcement of the rules relax a little bit, and they allow, or the interpretation, I would say, allow a little rougher play. But that's not what it is with DeAndre Ayton. I think DeAndre Ayton is a good young man. I think that DeAndre Ayton
Is heart soft? Or
his heart is soft. I don't think he has grown into the big Bahamian because he comes from a culture where you still getting ruled by somebody older than you, by your Grammy, by your mummy. He really does have to break out and like you say,
Stop
Eric,
playing video games for 5-6 hours a night, get some
Right.
sleep, maybe practice a jump shot or two,
and
a drop step in the lane.
occupy
Yeah.
your body fully.
Yeah,
and
man.
and psychologically as well, not just your physical body.
Yeah, man, because it don't, like,
So what was the conflict about? Because when I was reading up on it initially last weekend, right, at the end of the game, I saw a lot of fans saying they think they don't have a problem with Ayton. They didn't think the particular problem was with Ayton, and if Williams or the Suns let go of Ayton, they were all more than happy for Ayton to come to their team for the next season. So is the problem Ayton or is it the coach?
No, the problem is neither, And the problem is that Aiden gets frustrated. He's young, hitting that proverbial wall, not realizing that the defense is firstly attacking Chris Paul.
Yeah.
To make sure that he gets, to make sure that Aiden gets the ball not in his comfort zone, not in his favorite spot on the court.
Right.
So if he has to play an additional 2 feet away from the basket, either left or right from his block that he normally likes to play on, spin off of, do what he does in the lane.
Yeah.
It's going to cause, it's unfamiliar territory, right? So that causes frustration. And I truly believe that he looked at his coach, Monty Williams, 2-time coach of the year, 2-time defending coach of the year,
Yeah.
won it last year and this year, and told him C, Y, C. And that's why he didn't play anymore from the end of the first quarter onward. Monty Williams benched him the rest of the game.
He told him to carry his court.
Yes.
Take your whole court.
Take your whole court and carry it.
Carry your
But I mean,
square
that's
court.
a severe level of frustration and rage to express
Yeah.
to your coach at a time like that.
Yeah, it's game 7. He wanted to do more, and you could see he wanted to do more. He was playing with that intent, but as you're getting solid defense put on you, because it wasn't no fouling, it was solid defense put on him. He's just getting frustrated, and Monty trying to tell him, hey, calm down. Do it the way I say do it, you'll be all right. And he probably looked at him and said that, because I understand that they had, because Lil Wayne was on the sidelines,
Okay.
and he actually came out and said that he saw it. He saw
The exchange
he saw
and the use of that
exchange.
particular language?
No,
But
I'm just
something
saying,
similar to
something
that.
Similar to that, yeah.
All right.
You
No, because
paraphrasing.
Right.
this is a big thing because the Suns are at risk of losing DeAndre, right? Like they haven't signed him.
They better sign him,
So,
because I know a fella in LA
yeah,
who would love to have him as a part of the Lakers.
your boy LeBron.
My boy LeBron, I love to have him. Him, Braun, and AD.
That
Up
would
front?
be that would be a stellar.
Jesus.
So where you gonna put Westbrook? Whoever will take him, or you just bench him?
I mean, like, he could play, but I mean, you got 3 top-tier front court players.
All right. So see, this is something that I'm interested in with the LeBron Westbrook situation, because if Westbrook could play, then it means that Westbrook isn't the problem.
Westbrook can play. And the problem is that Westbrook was in his head too much all season. He's playing for his childhood favorite. Who's your favorite team in the NBA growing up?
Lakers.
Okay. Imagine you get the opportunity to coach the Lakers, to be a trainer for the Lakers, to speak on behalf of the Lakers in the media. Every single day you'd have butterflies. Every single day you'd have goosebumps. And that's Westbrook's problem. He hasn't settled down to realize, look,
But how long has Westbrook been playing?
10, 12 years. Yeah, man, a while.
Because then it looks to me like Westbrook, who's been in the game for 10 to 12 years, and DeAndre Ayton, who only been in the game for 1 to 2 years, having similar problems. Both of them got to get over. They got to focus on their psychological and emotional game.
Well, Westbrook used to be as bad as Ayton seems to be now when he was with the Thunder. But that was just because he didn't understand the league. But then there's something that clicks. Something similar to what Luka did on Sunday. Something just clicks and it turns on, and all of a sudden, you understand the game of basketball. Like Luka had as much points as the whole Suns team did in the first half of Game 7 on Sunday. Something just clicks. It just turns on and you understand the game, and that's where you get superstardom from.
Yeah, but it's carrying on like BPL, because all of a sudden the switch could just click in the opposite direction and your whole team could be on vacation for 3 months.
That's exactly what happened to the Phoenix Suns. Like, it just clicked. Something turned on in Luka, and it didn't turn on in the Suns. And that's because the Mavericks played tight, man-to-man defense and didn't let Chris Paul get to his spot. So that way the ball could get to Ayton and to Mikal Bridges and to Devin Booker at their spots. And so if you are 1 to 2 feet away from your preferred spot on the court, that also means that you're 3 to 4 seconds into the shot clock, which means that you're going to take a rushed field goal attempt.
Yeah.
And that's what ends up happening.
All
That
right.
you end up down by 20 in the first half, down by, 30 odd in the second half. And
Because, I put on my blazer today. I almost put it on Monday. I was ready to fly out to say, look here, if y'all going to almost get beat by 40 points, cheapest you let me play. I got my friend Anselino, he don't even play basketball, but we ready.
Child, not no more.
But look at-
I be rocking these boots all the time, kicking around inside the
You
forest.
still playing better than Westbrook and the whole Suns team in that last game. You still playing better than all of them.
I like it shooting, and apparently ain't much defense going on, so I good, eh?
yeah, ain't much defense playing ball right now, but the NBA is just a wide open, get up court as fast as you can, shoot as quick as you can. If it goes in, great. If not, get back on defense and hope that the fella you got don't shoot as well.
All right. So let's get into some more NBA
Yeah.
news, right? We're down to the Eastern Conference Finals and we're down to the Western Conference Finals,
that's
right? The Heat and Celtics are tied 1-1, right?
Yeah.
We're looking at this. The first game, the Heat won 118 by 107, right? So that's only 11 points, right? This game last night, though, they won by what, 25?
25, yeah.
That's a big
correct.
difference.
Yeah,
That's closer to the.
Marcus Smart and Al Horford was the reasons why they won.
Explain.
Marcus Smart.
Show
didn't
your
play-
waking.
Yeah, Marcus Smart didn't play in Game 1. Right, he had a foot injury.
Okay.
At the end of Game 7 against the Bucks. Al Horford tested positive for COVID, and he was in COVID protocol. Now, I don't know how you are able to come back in 3.5 days to play ball in Game 2 the way Al Horford did. I truly and firmly believe Al Horford has the trainers of LeBron James in his back pocket. Because only LeBron I ever see come back in 2 games. Back on the court, playing ball, no problem. No
And not
worries.
just playing ball, playing stellar ball.
Yeah, stellar ball. And that's what happened last night. Because those fellas there, the veterans on the team, and the fellas just going to quiet the crowd, settle down the team. Because there was a time in the third quarter where the Heat were trying to make a run.
Right.
And at end of the third, beginning of the fourth, trying to make a run. And the coach, Ime Idoku,
Yeah.
he put those fellas back on the court to settle down the troops and say, hey, if we get a rebound, they want us to run. We're not a running team. We jog up court. We get settled into our plays and our strategies, and we go from there. We don't just run up and down the court helter-skelter. Calm down.
Focus, yeah.
And that's what happened. They calmed down and they stemmed the tide that the Heat were trying to, get them on. And he got it down as low as 18 points because the lead was as high as 30.
Wow.
Right, so they got it down to 18, had to call a timeout, brought those older fellas back in, and boom, and the game was over.
So look here, on the Western Conference side, right? That first game, the second game is tonight at 9 p.m.
It is.
In that first game, we're looking at 112 to 87. That's 13 plus 12, right? That's a whole 25 points.
And it wasn't that close.
What you mean?
And the game wasn't that close. Golden State was up by a lot more. Not as bad as they were beaten by the.
We have a similar situation. So, but how could this is what I don't understand. How could the Mavs come back from destroying, in my notes I call it the solar eclipse. They destroyed the Phoenix. I wanted to write them a letter, and when the people say, "Good, not my good son," how could you do that to my baby, right? But then they turn around, and in similar fashion, get mashed up by the Golden State Warriors.
Well, it's the highs and lows of the NBA, I think they got too high after Game 7 and came in and believed maybe they were playing the Suns again in a Golden State uniform, which is
so what that suggests is that the Suns were just horrible. I mean, the Suns were horrible and the Mavs deserved that win, but the Golden State Warriors are just stellar, and Mavericks gonna have to work a whole lot harder to get to the championship.
Yes and no. Not that the Suns were horrible, and the Suns just laid an egg. They won 64 games for a reason. That's a system-run team.
Right. So I got you.
System-run.
So now you using a lot of soft language. You saying like not necessarily and maybe not. Who's your pick?
Oh, you mean to win it all?
Well, listen. Let's go to a break. The music is coming on. When from the break, tell me who are you picking to be the West and East Conference champ? Who you think, and then who you think is going to win it all? And where you think DeAndre Ayton going to end up after the season ends? After the break. I got to gear up my petty. Producer, thank you. We're going to go to that break. Stay tuned to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. You're on the clock with Erin Greene on the Sports Friday.
How important collecting your money can be to the success of your business. Start your relationship with Fidelity today so that we can show you the many options available to you with our merchant services. From click and pay options online to merchant terminals and e-commerce options. We're here to help your business succeed. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit any of our branches. Fidelity, we're good for you.
Play this record as frequently as possible.
Friday, May 20th, it's time to feel good.
It's Star 106 and Four Walls.
Feel Good Friday.
Classic.
The Star 106 Anniversary Edition.
Happening at the Four Walls Squash and Social Club Village Road.
It's the after work.
I got so early vibes.
Vintage.
Block party.
Exclusively for the grown and sexy.
With the best in throwback classics.
Happening at the new outdoor terrace bar at Four Walls.
Limited tickets on sale now at the Nassau Guardian and Four Walls for $20 in advance.
Come out early to enjoy the open room bar from 5 to 6 p.m.
This is a strictly cashless party.
So bring your old school dancing moves with your new school payment options.
Feel Good Friday, May 20th.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
J.S. Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
What's going on, Bahamas? It's your boy, Sawyer Boy. COVID is clearly unpredictable. It doesn't matter how young you are, how old you are. I'm young, and it still put a beating on me. I had no other option but to go to the hospital. I remember the doctor telling me if I had waited one more day, I wasn't gonna come inside here alive. You don't wanna be in the same position that I was in. Vaccines may not stop you from getting COVID, but it can stop you from getting COVID the way I had COVID. You don't want that way.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Good yawning this morning, and welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. You're on the clock with Erin Greene. No, gentlemen, y'all keep talking amongst yourselves so I can get my opinion out there. I just feel like my opinion is right, and y'all is just tainted by y'all mannish bias. But did y'all hear that music as we came back from the break?
No, I missed it.
That's like carnival music. It's carnival this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Another sporting activity is how long you could march in that road.
Well, I mean, I'm very good at standing on the side of the road.
Yeah, and if you need practice walking, you could get a membership to the Bahamas National Trust and join us in our parks.
Listen, I could go chipping away, and y'all have music. Yeah. Do y'all have songbirds scheduled to play as I go chipping through the National Forest?
Yeah, come and check it out. We have a lot of fly catchers in this year, and so you could hear them. We have thick-billed vireos, black-whiskered vireos. They're excellent songsters, and they eat the mosquitoes for us. So keep them down.
So,
in the park.
Eric, my friend here, Dr. Anselino Davis, is very focused on local biodiversity, right? So we're going to take a swing back to Lake Cunningham, and we're going to do a little local sports for a moment. But I'm going to get back to you. See, I wanted to talk to you. I didn't even forget. I wanted to talk to you about the fiasco with Chris Paul's family, right? And if that's what caused the Suns to just, melt away like they didn't exist. Maybe it was a formal protest, but we could get back to that. That's just my woman mind,
Go on.
I wouldn't know. But
Go on.
in local news, right? So the Lake Cunningham battle did take place between the Nassau Rowing Club and Windsor School. Head coach of the Nassau Rowing Club and Tokyo 2020 Olympic gold medalist Andrea Prusk said she liked what she saw in the water from the rowers. Picking up the first win of the day was Isaiah Ellis from Windsor in the junior men's single scull. Nassau Rowing Club's Jessie and Poppy Prophet, who are sisters, won the junior women's double sculls. Windsor crossed the finish line first in the quadruple sculls against NRC's men. And Krishante Lang came up to win the junior single sculls. And winning the final race of the day was Harrison Schindel and Will Watson in the junior boys double sculls.
Now, have you ever been sculling?
Listen,
sculling is one of the most physically toxic.
That's rowing the boat, right?
Things that,
Yeah.
You put one oar in the back of the boat, sculling that boat.
On one side.
Yeah, in the back of the boat. And that is very hard. Now, I did a sculling competition in Eleuthera. Came hot last, but I got a case of beer out of it. Now, when we talking about sports...
You came 5th of 5. Not hot last. 5th of 5.
5th of 5.
Yeah, you got to believe in yourself, buddy.
You got to believe in yourself.
No, when people have to come out and help you to bring that boat back in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
you come on last then.
Yeah.
You come on last then.
That was quite last-ish. And I got that case from the bottom of the pile. But climate change is going to be affecting our activities. So you have the Nassau Rowing Club. Lake Cunningham is getting bigger.
Yeah.
Right? You have...
We saw that expansion last weekend.
Right? You can't get to your sports games if your car floating off the side of the road. In the Bahamas, we do have to think about these things. And right now, let's go and check out our biodiversity.
And we need to teach kids how to row. As a matter of safety, we saw how small boatsmanship help people to rescue other people in Family Islands during storms. And shout out to our heroes in Grand Bahama and Abaco, those brave men They just put
Yes.
themselves on whatever flotation device and go out to save
Go
people.
there and get people, yeah.
Yeah, man.
And shout out to Atlantis for
the-
their teaching kids how to swim, and their Learn to Swim program opened up, and they're teaching their employees' children at the Beach Towers pools. So kudos to Atlantis for taking that under their
And
under
they're
their,
hoping the next round, this is the first stage, and the next round they're going to offer lessons into the larger community. And what's important about this is the stat that apparently, according to surveys, only 10% of Bahamians know how to.
I'm in the 10%.
You in the 10%? Yeah, I in the 10% too, but we gotta make sure
I'm in that
if you
10%.
don't
We
know
gotta
how to
try
swim, you
increase that.
are among the 90% that know how to bubble and tread water. If we gotta start there, we're gonna start there. So thank you to Atlantis. Another thing of note is that a number of students that participated in the rowing competition.
It's rowing.
rowing.
I was trying. Are also competitive swimmers, and they swim intramural, like they swim in school competitions and for the country. A number of them were in, I think, the Carifta competition this year. I want to say, like, kudos, man.
And that's really interesting. If you're going to get on a boat and power it with your arms, then you should be able to fall out of that boat
All right,
and power
now,
yourself.
perhaps my favorite local news story: BBFF returns to active competition. The Bahamas Bodybuilding and Fitness Novice and National Championships are coming up July 16th.
You in it?
Buddy, I in it to win it. I am going to sculpt my body. My focus this year is ice cream cone. I'm going to sculpt my ice cream cone. I cannot wait for it. I hope they are prepared for this.
People always ask if I watch my weight, and I watch it get higher and higher all the time.
Yeah, this is June 11th now. This ain't October 31st, you know, Aaron.
No, the Getting Fit Saves Lives Family Fun Run and Walkathon is on June 11th. It's going to be very important for me to participate in that one, to prepare for the bodybuilding.
July 27th.
Right,
Okay,
so
right.
July 2nd is the Northern Bahamas Building and Fitness Championship, and later in July 16th is the BBFF Bodybuilding and Fitness Novice and National Championships. And the people competing in these competitions are competing to attend the Central American and Caribbean Bodybuilding and Fitness Championship set for July 27th to August 1st in Barbados. So tickets for Grand Bahama, $20 and $25 at the door. VIP tickets are $30 in advance, $35 each at the door. And they're going to release details about the other stories later. Yes, so it's either ice cream cone or big body barracuda is what I'm aiming for.
Yeah, that's a costume then.
You got 2 months.
I can sculpt that.
Okay.
With my body, with lifting weights and things. I mean, like lifting ice cream into my mouth.
Oh, okay. All right.
Into my
All right. And that's how you're going to shape like a... Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to sculpt this body in
All
either
right.
ice cream cone or big body barracuda. Those are my
Let me tell you
two.
something. Depending on where you get the barracuda from, you may not have a big body.
At all. You're right.
You could also purchase the Natural History of the Bahamas Field Guide, so you could look at some other types of organisms in the Bahamas
That I
might
may
be-
wanna sculpt my body
Right,
like.
they might be more attainable figures as well.
Right, because right now I'm thinking sea cucumber is the best that I could do.
Oh, wow.
But that's okay. Listen, we got a caller on the line, producer. Let's go to that caller dead quick. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning, Dr.
Good morning. How are you?
Not bad. You know, saying we talking about games and some about statistics, right?
Yes.
You want to address the short one, right? Okay. We have the statistics, right, in this Bahamas, right? The GDP, the tax to GDP, it's like 18%, right? In OECD countries, it's like average. So that means we need to collect double the taxes, right? Tell me something. If we grow the economy, right, and grow this, and that means we got a tax that takes 3%, or the government say that their target is 25%. If we're going to tax that growing economy is the issue to come to be right with tax the GDP, right?
But, dear caller, I appreciate your passion. I just not in that headspace today. We talking sports today and biodiversity, and I promise my sports co-host that I gonna refrain from politics talk while we talking sports. You gotta take that up on Monday, but call me back on Monday and we're gonna talk about that. I so sorry. Because I still gotta get to the NFL and I only got 14 minutes left, and my producer may try to give me another break. The Triathlon Association hosts the national championship. So we mentioned that last week. And Armando Moss is the overall winner for the national championships. And he is going to represent the Bahamas at the 22nd Commonwealth Games in Birmingham this year. He powered his way to finish atop the men's group in 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 54 seconds. He had the fastest time in all three parts of the race. He swam in 10:17, biked in 30:28, and ran in 24:30. The overall female winner was Carolyn Thompson. She posted a time of 1:19:35. That's not bad. That's less than 16 minutes off the top male time.
Yeah, I looking at this. This is just amazing. Like I looking at the kids races at the bottom.
Yeah.
Cami Roach. I wonder if she related to the swimming roaches from back in the day. You know.
I believe so.
Yeah, she gotta be. She gotta be because it says she was within the 16 to 19 girls age category.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like they.
As a family,
roaches could swim now.
And it's a culture, right? So it's probably partially genetic, right? Like they probably have some genetic propensity to move faster through the water, or smoother, or better oxygen intake, or handling their oxygen. But at the same time, it's also about culture, right? It's a family of swimmers.
All humans are born able to swim, you know. In the Bahamas, one of our problems with our culture is one person drowns. Our culture, we're so closely knit that for the next 2-3 generations, your mommy and your Grammy are going to remember that, and you can't go in the water. You can't go by the blue hole. And then we also have this gender division where it's the men, they have to go on the fishing boat anyway.
Yeah.
So they have to learn how to swim. And their parents, their daddy ain't gonna let them not know how to swim.
And there's some genetic trauma as well, but there's also this. Y'all just want us to be sexy on the beach. Y'all don't notice that Bahamian women is going to the beach in their shorts and their t-shirt or their long sleeve shirt. They go on the beach to enjoy themselves and
Can't wet your hair.
Well, and that's another thing, right?
Can't wet your hair. Can't let them eyebrows.
But hold on, because that's hundreds of dollars.
Start to drain.
And
don't forget the brooms. They have crossed their eyeball.
Yeah, you could drown.
I wouldn't even.
Listen,
Actually,
you know how much
for
money
biodiversity protection, I want to actually have a ban on weave, because I've seen some of these tumbleweave rolling down the street and having pigeons tangled up.
Hold on, dear gentlemen. Did you just call it tumbleweave?
It's a tumbleweave. When you see them,
that is it.
You know when the wind blowing down the road, and you
only because it's important to highlight the negative and detrimental impact on the environment will I let you get away with that skullduggery. At the same time, though, part of it is that there is a. I mean, it was funny. There's a gender bias here. It costs plenty money to do your hair. So as a young child, I always wondered why I have to wear the swim cap. Why I have to wear the swim cap. For me, I understood it when I had to spend 2 hours getting my hair processed in some way. Right. But as an adult now, I understand it. When you go and spend $150, $200 for a hairdo,
and women in the Bahamas are being paid less than men,
right?
And you're being paid less, and then you're forces to.
Anyway, listen, we gotta get back to the sports. We can't be talking all this culture. I would say congratulations to Ken Mullings, who won the men's decathlon at the North American, Central American, and Caribbean Athletic Association Combined Events Area Championships, scoring 7,537 combined points at the Terry Fox Athletic Facility in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada over the weekend. He won 8 of the 10 events over the 2 days of competition, was second in one event, and 5th place finish in the men's 1,500 meter race.
What are these 10 events? Do they have like sailing, snorkeling?
No, man. No, that's running, triple jump, long jump, high jump.
Hurdles, eh?
Hurdles.
I trying to think of what all we could do
throw,
inside
right?
the park.
Do you get to select which throw?
No, discus,
javelin, shot put, 100, 200 meters, 4.
All right.
My folks at the BNT see what all we could do inside the national parks. See if we could have a park decathlon.
Shawnee get beat, you know.
Yes, this I'm about to say.
She didn't die?
No.
No, it wouldn't have worked. She was third.
See, you could dive in the parks, though. You could dive inside the
She came third. I watched the race.
Yeah, that was a rough one. Even just to read, that was rough to read.
I saw it. I don't know.
So she came third. Devin Charlton settled for fourth in the women's 100 hurdles. Women's 200, Antonique Strawn finished fifth. A total of 7 Bahamians competed qualified for the World Championships in Eugene. And that's July 15th to 24th. And that includes Miller Weibo, Charlton Strawn, Tynia Gaither, Samson Colebrook, and Stephen Gardner. Also, listen, Bahamians compete in conference championships. This is a must-read story. There's too many.
I saw that.
Yes.
Levon Sands carrying on bad, son.
Yeah.
Levon Sands is the best thing to hit FSU track and field coaching since ever.
This is what I'm reading. Every story I touch about athletics, collegiate athletics, features him and focuses on him in a part of the story.
Oh, yeah.
The story in the Nassau Guardian is titled "Bahamians Compete in Conference Championships." Go online, search that story, and it's Sands, FSU win, ACC title. Wilson comes close to World Championships qualifying standard. There are just too many athletes to mention right now.
Yeah, man,
but,
it was huge.
But
I read it.
They deserve our support.
Yeah,
Go read that.
I want us to have like a tour, a Bahamian tour of where all of these sports legends are coming from. We have Levon Sands,
But
we
listen,
have Jazz.
So I got
Jazz
I got this quick idea for the BNT as well. Bahama Games are coming up. Every team needs a mascot. Every team needs a theme song. BNT should partner with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture for a program for each island to select their team mascot, which should be a local plant or a local animal. Because guess what? I think Cersei is just as bad. If you put Cersei and...
Look at these goosebumps I'm getting. I already have a list of species
If
ready
you
to
put
go.
Cersei versus Chickchani in a battle, I think Cersei would win. I'm just saying. And I think it's possible to
Cersei
do
is
it.
make everyone else stronger, though.
If they take it, Cersei ain't gonna let them take it. Anyway, we got to get back to, that's our roundup for local sports. If you got a local sports story, call me. If your neighborhood having a national hopscotch competition, a porking league, call me, message me, let us know so we can talk about it on the show. So, Eric.
Shoot.
NFL.
Go on.
It'll be early. First week doesn't start until Thursday, September the 8th. I got the schedule here. I see see it.
I can't wait.
Patriots versus the Dolphins got to be the most exciting game. You know the Patriots are waiting. The last game they play in regular season, Dolphins beat them, right? They waiting to trounce the Dolphins.
Well, the Patriots didn't have any reason to play. They had their seed and they knew who they was going to play in what round. So they didn't have any real reason to play. But, like my boy who's a Patriot fan, I say, mac and cheese can be on the field again. That's the name of the quarterback for the Patriots, Mac Brown.
Yeah.
Mac something. But anyway,
mac and cheese could be back.
Seeing that the owner of the Patriots is none other than Robert Kraft.
Mac and cheese, yeah.
Kraft dinner. It just Mac Jones, that's his name.
Okay, so I need to be look how I have to be a Patriots fan so I could try to get a little local sponsorship for Kraft dinner. Okay, your team is playing 49ers, right?
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, man. We can beat the Bears. Yeah, man. No problem.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Walk in the park.
What's the most exciting matchup for the first season of the NFL? I know it's a little whiles away.
The first week?
Yeah.
Most exciting matchup. I mean, I hate to actually have to say this, but because I'm not by any stretch of the imagination a cowgirl fan.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys versus the game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good game. That looks to be the marquee game. It looks to be the game that's gonna be on at 8:00.
But you think? Well, no. So the Broncos Seahawks is the Monday 8:00. Yeah.
Broncos and Seahawks.
So
no, man. See, because Russell Wilson is going to play the Seahawks back in Seattle. And Seattle is a shell of themselves, especially without now Russell Wilson. The game is going to be a blow. That's not going to be a good game.
All right.
Now, the Bills and Rams are also going to be a good game. That's the first game of the year. The Rams are going to get their rings. Many people said that it should have been the Bills playing the Super Bowl last year because, they went to overtime and the game was, nip and tuck against the Chiefs. And the Chiefs, they ultimately...
How to lose the game in 13 seconds. That was that game?
Yeah.
It's a big game. So listen, I I got 4 minutes left, right? I'm reading this article about Tom Brady. I still not certain if Tom Brady is a Bahamian or not, because Tom Brady is the highest paid on the field player. This new ESPN deal, if it comes to fruition after this last year on the field,
Or 2 years, you never know with him.
right? There'd be $375 million over 10 years, right?
Correct.
But the interwebs is telling me that Tom Brady could have made more money on the field, but he have this altruistic Christian Bahamian heart that caused him to negotiate in a way that left the team with more money for other players.
In order for him to win Super Bowls.
Right. And so this is how he gained his success. He achieved his success by not getting as much money as he could have.
deferring, yeah.
Right. And spreading that money out, not taking the salary cap, not hitting the salary cap,
Right.
leaving more money available for other players.
Right.
And so Tom
And now
Brady,
he getting it now in the back end.
yeah.
You could spend that money in a year or so, but you'll never lose that championship. Like once
Exactly.
you got
Yeah.
that ring, like that's
Yeah.
that's you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we
he's smart
see
with it.
Charles Barkley is reminding us of that every day. Boy, you think I petty? Charles Barkley
Charles
is the
Barkley is
pettiest.
the best. I
Okay.
never miss a take with him.
So last sports story, Buccaneers QB Tom Brady to be featured in upcoming Netflix Greatest Roast.
I can watch that.
So Netflix has its own roast show. Well, it's going to have its own roast show. And Tony Brady is the executive producer. So like he's paying for it to happen. And they say that his roast, he's going to be roasted too. His roast is not set until 2023. Now, this is why I think that Tom Brady is a Bahamian right there. Right? This is the story. You know, Bahamian Asu, the person who's throw the Asu is take their hand first. Well, Tom Brady said, you think you can catch me in this roast? He can make all the money from putting on the show, and then when it's time to roast him, he could be busy in training. He ain't coming to let these people, and that's how I know he's a Bahamian. He ain't gonna let these people roast him.
Well, I got a roast for him right now. Right now, I could get him right now. Hey, listen, you know they say, they say you have small hands, you know.
Yeah.
Because that's why the ball was deflated, you know, deflate gate. You know they say the fellas with small hands, right?
I have no idea.
They wear small gloves.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, small gloves.
There you go.
Well, you know what they say about Bahamians? If Tom Brady want to be a Bahamian, he need to have a membership to the Bahamas National Trust.
I agree with you.
Right.
In fact, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Immigration, National Security, Attorney General's Office, you hear
I gotta pay
that?
up my membership right now.
You hear
I
that?
gotta renew mine right
Before
now.
you let them become a Bahamian, you
I just
got
remember
okay,
that.
guys. Tell me your choice. Who you think's gonna win the East and the West?
The Celtics can win the East. They should win the East. Now the Heat are a very scrappy team. Don't count them out. Now the Celtics, you know, they happen to be bigger
Yeah.
and longer, not necessarily faster.
Yeah.
And in the West, I gotta go with the Dubs, but got to go with the Dubs. I gotta go with the Warriors.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And to win it all, or the Warriors in 5.
In 5.
In 5.
I can come to watch the game, but I can't pick nobody now. I'll tell you straight up. I was be inside the bush watching
ain't no
birds and bees and things.
Yeah, but the game on in the night though.
You ain't no real Bahamian. Anyway,
In the night they do nocturnal flight record.
Dear gentlemen, I'm gonna select my winner as soon as I find the appropriate jersey. I don't know if I feel in white, red,
He's a
and black, or
real-
white,
he's a real
green,
gal, boy.
and black this year. But I got one last
You picking
non-sport.
for the colors?
Don't mind how what
Yeah.
you would English. Don't follow big woman to the court, you know.
They just go with colors.
Anyway, one last note before we go. CEDAW Convention Speaker Series continues this Saturday. That's tomorrow, May 21st, 11 a.m. This Saturday, we're focusing on Article 3, Basic Human Rights and Fundamental Freedoms. You can register at tiny.cc/CEDAW3. That's tiny.cc/CEDAW3, Saturday, 11 a.m. Dear gentlemen, thank you for joining me. I feel a little smarter today than I was yesterday, all because of y'all. Sports-wise. That's why y'all is
And some biodiversity-wise as well.
Thank you for joining me this week, Dr. Davis.
Let's visit the Bahamas National Trust, everybody, and look for us on social media, Bahamas National Trust. You can find us there and find out about our native biodiversity coming up on Sunday. Join me in the Bonefish Pond National Park.
But hurry up, I can drop you back to the park.
Well, you can actually swim in the park. You can swim in the
You
park.
can swim in the Bonefish Pond National Park.
What?
Off Cow
Anyway,
Bend
that's
Road.
all you had to say, buddy. That's all you had to say. We'll be there every day. Have a great day, people. We got to run. Guardian Radio AM is up next. Enjoy the
Have
weekend.
a great day, man. Have
Stay
a great
safe.
weekend,
Great
Erin.
day, great
Yeah,
weekend.
man. Thank you, guys.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.